Alright guys, this is going to be a second impression video, or not really a second impression, a first impression of me riding the actual bike. I rode the bike here, the ASPEN, the NCM ASPEN electric fat bike. There it is. You can see the tires there. It has a 500 watt rear hub motor. There's a battery, controller, and my favorite spot down by the river. All right, guys, just like Chris Farley said in Saturday Night Live, man, don't find yourself living in a van down by the river. Oh man, me and my buddy joke about it. My man Billy Pistol all the time about that skit on SNL, man, classic. Let me quickly say this. Go check out my man William Marshall's channel. Guys, as my channel grows, I want his channel to grow with me. We're actually working on something right now. We got something in the works coming for you guys. Joint venture, but check out my man William Marshall's channel, man. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. And he's the king of jerry rigging, man. You know, no doubt about it. Check out his channel for all type of do-it-yourself, Mr. Fix-It stuff around the house, cooking, his sneaker collection, lawn care and gardening, music, drum lessons. You can go, that's an all-in-one channel, baby. William Marshall, just like it sounds. Go check his channel out. But anyway, my random thoughts by the river. I forgot what number this is. Maybe number 4 or 5. Probably number 4. My random thoughts by the river are basically going to be about this bike here. All right. In my last video that I'm uploading right now as we speak, I complained about the bike coming out of the box from the factory dirty. Right? And I complained about the discoloration on the white lettering there. Now, I just got off the phone with Leon Cycle, right, the makers of this NCM. And they explained to me that the bikes get tested on the warehouse floor before they're put in the box and shipped. So that would explain the dirt on the tires. It doesn't explain this, the discoloring there, but it would explain the dirt on the tires and the overall dustiness of the bike when it came. But it still doesn't explain their quality control of why, the same way they had somebody test ride it, they could have had somebody take a dry cloth at the very least and wipe the bike down, or at the very least take a wet cloth and rub down the tires. You know, I've sold 2 bikes in the last, I would say, 6 months. And I cleaned the hell out of them bikes before I gave it to somebody. And it didn't come out of a box. Okay, one guy I met at a gas station, cool guy who bought my Cannondale. All right, my single speed bike that you see on videos like this, Random Thoughts by the River. And another guy, I drove it in my car and drove it to him. And both times, both of the bikes were pristine, clean. I wiped them down, soaped them down, scrubbed them down, so there's no excuse for you laying down over $1,000 on a bike that comes from the factory in a box dirty. I can't forgive you for that, NCM, and I explained to them on the phone that I'm doing YouTube videos on the bike, and there's not that many on this bike at all, because I looked. There's not many videos on this bike at all. So I'm going to hit you guys with a minimum of at least 10 videos on this bike, because I'm going to be riding it all summer, God willing. So far, so good. Like I said, I have to adjust the rear derailleur. I don't know if that'll be a video. I don't know if I'll have a camera set up and watch me painstakingly struggle to do that, but it seems like a simple thing. The front brake is slightly rubbing, not a big deal. But I want to mostly talk about the differences between a regular mountain bike or a regular fat bike, which I've had both, versus an e-bike. And why I chose to buy this e-bike. Parked down by the river. I chose to buy this for the hills, man. You know, I bought that Cannondale single speed that I sold for the hills, but the problem was it worked great for the hills and it worked okay on flat land. The only reason it only worked okay was because it would top out when you felt like you needed another gear to get more top speed. So the top speed on it was very limited for street use, not necessarily trail use, but for street use. So I wanted another bike that I could top end out, get some more top end speed, but also that can tackle these hills up in the Pennsylvania mountains. And I think I've done it with this bike. You know, I'm not a geriatric. I can ride the bike without a motor. But just on those days when you don't feel like tackling all the hills we have in this area, because it's very, very little time that you'll spend going on flat land in this area. Everything is a hill. Whether you're going uphill or downhill, you're going up or down a hill, period. You know, so I just wanted the electric bike for that extra boost to push me up the hills, because I'm not in Lance Armstrong shape. Some of you guys out there might be, and be like, oh, the hills are nothing, you just got to get more cardio in. Well, this will help me get more cardio in. So far, I'm liking the bike. Feels solid. It feels a little bit small for me. I'm 6'1.5", 260 pounds, somewhere around there, 250, somewhere around there. It doesn't feel small as far as my weight. It feels small as far as the actual dimensions of the frame. This is a 19-inch frame. And it feels a little small for me, but I can deal with it. This seat that came stock with the bike, it's nice looking, but I could tell that on a 2-hour ride, I would be hella sore. So I already have a replacement Cadillac seat in the house that I'll put on, but I wanted to try this one first. And then I could tell you guys the differences between the two and recommend one or the two or neither. So that's it, guys. There's not many videos on this NCM Aspen. This is not the Plus. I didn't want to drop an extra $600 for hydraulic disc brakes and a bigger computer. And I think maybe the drivetrain components were upgraded slightly. And the batteries mileage was upgraded as far as the distance you can ride. I didn't really feel like the $600 warranted that right now. So to me, this was a bargain. $11.50 plus taxes. I mean, it shipped in about a week. I ordered it last Saturday. It came today. So it actually shipped in about 7 days. And that's also the other main reason I picked this bike, because my boy has the Moscow, the 29-inch regular width tire. Same bike as this, but with 29-inch tires. And he recommended it, said it was great. It worked great for him. So that's the reason I bought it, because mainly he recommended it. Got good reviews online. I called the company before I bought the bike. They had good customer service on the phone, and they still do. Today was excellent customer service as well. And also the timely manner of which they could ship this bike. The other bikes I was looking at, Rad Rover and the other one that's Rad's competitor, the name escapes me right now, but they all were shipping mid-June, and I didn't want to wait that long. You know, to ship mid-June or the end of June, I felt like there would be a lot of nice days in between. That would be about 3 or 4 weeks away, and I didn't want to wait that long. So there you have it. I'll be back at you guys with another video of me actually on the bike with the GoPro, but I can't hold the phone and deal with this pedal assist, because it'll throw me right off the damn back of the bike, and we'll have a comedy video instead of a review. All right? So once again, kids, you know what I mean? Stay in school, get your education, so you don't end up in a tent. Because that's what happens out here to the people that don't want to deal with society. They pitch tent right in that area there. They're not there now. Maybe they got cleared out by the park rangers, but this used to be tents out there. Don't find yourself in a van or a tent down by the river. Rant Roller out.